Friends, 29-day of war in Ukraine, almost a month now, and the topic itself has become stale. Not that interesting. Actually, the word interesting should not be used here. The war is going on where hundreds of people, soldiers, being killed, thousands of houses are destroyed, and billions worth arms of nations and other goods are already demolished. Well, but that's what we have to face. On political issue, Hungary has opposed the sanction on Russia, especially it is affecting its own economic conditions, and so are many other countries, many more in Africa. In the meantime, Danish PM, she has said that the refugees that are coming to her country are not here to stay forever. They are to go back after the war is over. They have to rebuild their own country and reconstruct their own life. Well, this is a lesson for the Ukrainian refugees. Once you're a refugee, it doesn't matter where are you from Palestine, Syria, Latin America, elsewhere, Yemen, or now Ukraine. It makes no difference. You are not a welcome guest. Supporting your forces in Ukraine, because inside Ukraine you are selling arms and ammunition, and in turn you were getting cheap oil and natural gases, wheat, other chemical, biological substances, enriched uraniums. And of course, you were trying to break Russia. Belarus has closed Ukrainian consulate in Brest, and only 5 Ukrainian diplomats will be allowed to continue in this country. And within 1 week, rest have to quit. In the meantime, India has again abstained from voting in UNSC on Russian draft position. Only Russia and China voted in its support, rest boycotted or abstained, whatever you say. Putin's advisor, close advisor Chubas, has quit over Ukrainian war. He says he doesn't agree whatever Putin is doing, and he has even left Russia. In the meantime, there is another news also that Russian bombing has been equated with the Nazis bombing in Second World War in UK. And therefore, the Ukrainian government, which has equated these two bombings, have requested again for close the sky. Similar thing as no-fly zone. Incidentally, Kharkov was also bombed by the Nazis. So you are equating German bombing with the Russian bombing. Fine. It's little funny, but that is what, and this little confusing. The whole situation, why it is coming, that Bandera, the Nazi collaborator during Second World War, has now become a national hero of Ukrainian nationalists. Yanukovych, the ex-president of Ukraine till 2014, is the culprit for making him the national hero constitutionally. And the outcome, that's what we are saying. And Zelensky has asked for global protest against this war. Well, everything is happening. Zelensky is no more being portrayed world over in the media, except that now he is giving lectures in various parliaments. Why not in Indian parliament? I am not much surprised. But how about his own parliament? I have raised this question earlier also. Economically, Russia has taken another step which is going to hurt USA in short term as well as long term. It has said that gas buyers will have to sell currency in Moscow exchange. That means they will have to buy in not in dollar but in ruble. And Ukrainian advisor of Ministry of Internal Affairs has said that this masterpiece move by Russia is equivalent to what the Saudis are going to do. That means they are going to sell and buy things from China in yuan. this is going to have repercussions. Even European Union and all that, I mean rest of their partners, they are wondering what will be the effect of this. This is the byproduct of not only war but the economic sanctions against Russia, which they wanted to plunder its wealth. Now it is the counterproduct of that. European Union has allocated 1 billion euros to Ukraine so that it can further purchase arms and ammunition from NATO and USA. Where has this 1 billion euros have come? That is interesting. It is part of the European Peace Fund. What a dialectics. And European Union is mulling to throw Russia out of G20, which China says it will oppose. Natural. Or not natural, but China is going to oppose. In military field, by and large situation is similar what it seems from the last 1 week. And another ultimatum to Ukrainian Azov battalion in Mariupol passed away yesterday night. No one surrendered. DPR in the meantime in Donetsk area, Marinka, they have also further moved another 2 kilometers. So has LPR. I mean, these are the minor progresses that is taking place. Before I give my analysis, I will tell you what US has claimed. It says that Russian army is depleted by 10%, whatever it has deployed, 190,000 troops, arms, ammunition, supplies. It is depleted by 10%, and that's why this stagnation. There could be various other reasons also, if you believe what Americans are saying. This is the human shield, human shield itself is being depleted by way of Ukrainians running away from the war zone and not ready to become shield of Ukrainian army. And therefore US has inferred that Russia will be using chemical warfare because of frustration, which is absolutely so far is bogus. Mercenaries which you see, initially there were lots of hoopla on this, lots of tens of thousands of mercenaries were coming. But after they were bombed in one of the airfields in Lviv, western Ukraine, on border of Poland, suddenly they vanished. Hundreds of them got killed, hundreds of them ran away, and hundreds of them are unknown now. Not known where are they, except one or two figure out here and there. There was a doubt earlier also, and I still doubt, that many of them were NATO soldiers in different uniform or in different rig clothes. And of course, those who are killed dead, they are not to be told to their families. NATO are not claiming that any of their soldiers are in Ukraine. Neither Russia has ever claimed. If it is there, it is peaceful coexistence. In Marianka, which I talked just now, DPR found various mutilated mercenaries' dead bodies. It has been in practice by the Ukrainian, especially their nationalist forces, that once these forces, these outsiders die, they mutilate their body before withdrawing so that their identities are not disclosed. And why the doubt on NATO soldiers becoming mercenaries is that they can volunteer for higher pay and perks, for glory. Yes, it is also there. And of course, even though the Ukrainians are using massive amount of ex-Soviet arms ammunition, recently built arms and ammunition supplied by ex-Soviet countries, and even the latest modern weapons from NATO and USA, it can't be used. Even for a small shoulder-launched air defense missiles, anti-aircraft and anti-tank missiles, you need some training. It can't be done over a week. You have to be part and parcel of the arms and ammunition to use it effectively. If you are not You can't. You will be wasting, you will become burdened. Like many of them died and ran away from there. Okay, this is as far as the mercenaries and NATO soldiers are concerned. Pesco, the Russian spokesperson, has said that uses of a nuclear weapon by Russia will be only once Russia has existential crisis. And on that, NATO chief has says that if that happens, Russia will lose. Friends, no one loses, no one wins. If atomic warfare starts between the two atomic powered countries, it's all bogus talks, nothing else. It is raising military mania, war mania, nothing more than that. Okay, now as far as few of these countries, few of these cities are concerned, by and large, there is some movement forward, clearance and all that happening, like in Berdyansk and other places I named just now, in close proximity of Kyiv, as well as north, east and southeast of Ukraine. This is happening. Both the places happening. As far as my analysis of the day is concerned, is nothing much. I will just say that bitter war is continuing, and bitterer war is likely to come, because these two armies are now facing each other at various places, especially in Mariupol, and Kyiv is still to face that because they are separated by their artillery range, which I have been talking in last few days. So the places like Mariupol, Kyiv, Odisha, Sumy, yes, it still exists. It is standing, it is holding. Kharkiv, Donbass, yes, it is being cleared almost. Mykolaiv. And these are the places where, along with the war, even the negotiations are continuing. And CNN forecast that mass departure, which has almost stopped to western Ukraine, may start eastern Ukraine, that is into Russia. That is still to be done. So before I end, I have a question to you. What is European Union and NATO doing in Ukraine? Ukraine wasn't part of EU or NATO. Why? How? What for? They are saying, China, you don't give any arms and ammunition to Russia. On what pretext, on what ground are they giving it? UNO is for there to look after. Who the hell are you? Thank you, friends.